Sabah everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about some cases made by a company called Supcase for the iPhone 13 series of devices. I'm talking the mini, the regular iPhone 13, the Pro, and the Pro Max. We have cases to cover every single one of these devices. This is TK. Let's check them out. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos on the channel. Supcase was nice enough to provide me some cases or some mock-ups for the iPhone 13 series of devices so that we're able to kind of make sure to show you guys how the cases fit on the phone. This is going to be a mock-up of the mini, the standard 13, the 13 Pro, and of course the 13 Pro Max. 5.4 inches, 6.1, 6.1, and 6.7. One thing to keep in mind, the camera opening on the back makes it so that the cases for the Pro do not fit the cases on the standard one. And because of that, you're pretty much going to have to buy a case that's specifically made for your device. So first, let's go ahead and start off with the iPhone 13 mini. Now, in the package that they sent me a few cases. This one is going to be the primary one with the best protection, of course. This is a case, it's actually a two-piece case, and I'll take that one out. And it covers not only the display on the outside, they also see that the coverage protects the entire phone. And there is actually a kickstand on the back of it so that in case you want to basically hold the phone, put it down, station it up this way, or watch content from it, it's going to work perfectly. And it does come in three different colors. There's red, blue, and black. I'm going to go ahead and open up the red one. We'll check it out. There's a couple of cases here. This is the Unicorn Beetle ones, both the clear with the black bumper or the entirely clear. You can see the color of your phone, enjoy it. And of course, this is made for the brand new iPhone 13 mini. So let's start off with the basic ones. Inserting it's pretty standard, just putting it on, and it does cover the entire case. The button coverage here is pretty much standard. You have access to the actual the notification slider, the volume rocker, a place for a lanyard, and of course you can see the actual unit from the back. Normally it does come with plastic to protect it, and of course you have the name Supcase. The speaker and the opening there for the lightning connector is pretty much there. Everything else pretty much standard configuration. Now this one provides us a slightly similar experience, although on the side you get a chance to actually see the color of your phone. So depending on the color that you pick up, you're pretty much going to see the exact same thing. And here you can see basically where the SIM tray is. All the other options are pretty much the same, and you have the lanyard option if you want to use that. On the last one, they do provide you instructions on how to open up the case and how to close it back up again. It is a two-piece case, as I mentioned to you guys. And the best way to insert it essentially is to put your phone face up, put the casing on it. The internal casing goes on it first, so you notice it kind of covers it entirely. And then from there, you go open it from the bottom part, put it down here, align it to the actual grooves at the bottom, and then just gently go ahead and start inserting your phone. Once all of the ridges are folded on top of each other, you'll notice it pretty much provides the best protection. Raised camera bump on all the cases, of course, so it doesn't damage the lenses there. The kickstand, as I mentioned to you guys, pretty much standard, gets it in there, and it works perfectly fine in that format. The one thing I would probably also say that's the best thing here is you can use it just this way if you don't want to have it in a carrier. But if you like to use some of them, some people like to do that, it actually just slides on one end, clips on the other, and you can actually have it sitting this format, or you can basically change it into whatever position that you want. One thing to keep in mind is that it's not necessarily needed. When you lift it, there's a nice little clip, and of course your phone comes out very easily, and then when you put it back, now you have a triple protection. Moving along, we're going to get a chance to look at some cases specifically for the 13 Pro and the 13 regular. So the 13 Pro and 13 regular, keep in mind again, the glass is different. The opening on the back is different. So although they actually, you may think, okay, they're the same display size, 6.1 inch display, you're definitely not going to be able to use a case from one phone over the other. They may fit, but the glass element will not be covered exactly the same. Now we did see those cases directly with the mini. These are pretty much the exact same casing, and you'll notice right here, this one is made specifically for the 13, and this one's made for the 13 Pro. Keep in mind, all of them are exactly the same. It is a two-piece case, very much the same configuration, and it works the best. So for this one, I'm actually going to go ahead and just do real quick on the 13 Pro, and pretty much same experience. You take it, you put in basically the phone inside of the front part first, and then of course you just insert it on the side, and of course align it to the casing. Snap on, and of course everything else pretty much the same. Same cover for the port on the bottom, same cover here for the notification slider. Literally some of the best protection that you can get for your smartphone. Of course, it fits in here, and then that gives you even more protection. It's raised, so there's protection here for the lens elements. The power button actually, or the wake up button, is covered as well as the volume rocker on the left. Very much, again, one of the best cases. And of course, don't forget, you still have that kickstand and the three different color option, red, blue, and black, available for all of the devices that we're looking at today. Next, we're going to take a look at some cases made specifically for the 13 Pro. So this one is, again, very similar to the one that we just looked like. It has basically a cover on the inside, the outside, an opening on the side. And this is, again, meant for the the standard 13. So there's that one. This is a clear case. There's another one here, pretty much the same experience. This was made in basically pink, or I guess this is the standard color that we get directly from iPhones. This is the pink one here. Of course, we have another color. This one is very similar to the one that we saw initially for the small one, the mini, although this one has more of a, I guess, a better feel on the side. And again, we'll check it out in 1 second. We're going to keep going. We have another color here. This one is very similar, although black on the material on the side. So definitely a lot of options that we have in here. Last but not least, of course, we have the see-through and the clear one on all edges that gives you the best protection. And of course, we have to have pink. So these two cases are pretty much similar experience. You have a pink outline and a black outline on the side, pretty much the same. They're see-through, which means you're going to basically be able to see them. Let's go ahead and put the pink one on, since that will actually stand out the most. Inserted, definitely provides the protection you want. There is no glass on the front. I did actually damage my glass here on the demo unit here, or not the demo, the model. But essentially, you definitely have a better protection here on the front. The elements on the back here are definitely covered. See-through, you got to see your color of your phone, lanyard option, volume rocker, opening for the notification slider, wake up screen or wake up button, and of course the speaker buttons at the bottom. Everything else looks pretty good, and of course you have a couple of color options here between the black one, of course, as well as the see-through one, which lets you see the device entirely. And of course with this one you get a slightly different material on the side, but again, same look. I feel like this is a little bit more squared off as opposed to the other one, and it provides us a nice little look. So more of a, you know, gray a little bit on the side, and of course whatever color you decide to go with your phone. Now this last case, pretty much the same way we saw it before. All you have to do is insert your phone, and of course make sure that it fits entirely correctly here. You insert it on the bottom, top, snap on all around, and your phone is enclosed. And of course you have the opening here. You still have the ability of accessing it, although you do need a little bit of a nail on it. On this side, everything else is pretty much open, raised on the front, covering the display, and raised on the back for the elements on the glass here, of course. On the bottom, opening everything, and of course just looks and pretty much gives you the best protection with a color, an accent color, I guess, if you want to be able to customize it. There's this one as well, which pretty much gives you a similar experience with just more of a gray on clear back on the device. Now these last cases that we have here for the 13 Pro, I'm actually going to show you guys the exact cases on the 13 Pro Max, since we have not only these, but also some exclusive ones. For the 13 Pro Max, we have pretty much the same case here. This is the one that opens up. We have a full protection on the front and on the back that we've seen before, and it provides us the exact same experience. The difference essentially is the only thing we have different colors, so the blue, the black, and the red, and we'll get the same experience, and again available for both the mini, the standard, the Pro, and the Pro Max. Now let's take a look at some of those extra cases. We have a blue one here, similar to the one that we saw on the standard one. We have the clear one, of course, and we have other, of course, options here, and this one is the black one or the gray one. Of course, the last two cases that we have is pretty much the same we saw before. We have the clear, it covers both the front and on the back. Now the 13 Pro Max, of course, has a lot of different color options similar here, but we also have some unique cases we're going to check out. So let me go ahead and put the blue one, since I don't actually think we had a blue one before. So this will be the silver, the gray on blue. You see right there, Supcase present, covering it. The button here pretty much just works perfectly. Of course, snap the phone in. Of course, we have access to the notification slider, the volume rocker, an opening here that does raise against the camera lenses. And of course, here on the front, it doesn't have a very much raised cover. I do recommend a glass protector with this one. Lanyard option, nothing on the top. On the bottom, opening for the speakers, as well as the connection for the power cable. Overall, I feel like this is going to be really nice, and of course you can get it with a more of a blacker, darker tone here, or a see-through that gives you the ability of seeing the color of your phone. These other cases are going to be pretty much similar to what we've seen before, providing us the experience. Just, again, fits the device and covers it entirely. And then this one actually does not cover the entire cover here. So there's an opening here for the slider and an opening for the port, where with the top one that we had, with the one that comes with the case, does provide us entire full protection directly for our iPhone 13 Pro, Pro Max, as well as mini and standard. Now the last thing we're going to take a look at is the Clayco cases. These are the unique ones that I talked to you about, and these are specifically made only for the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So we have obviously a couple of colors. We have a blue, a black, and of course there's the see-through and the full hardcover on the back. Now the black one here on this one does have a little bit more of a smoky color on it, as opposed to where we have one with the blue one is pretty much see-through. And of course, when we have them with the solid backs, they're pretty much just going to be the best protection without having any additional cases. Now this covers almost everything with an opening for both. And of course, we have both cases here. So this covers the phone on the front and on the back, and these also do the same thing, although with a slightly better color accent. Now, to insert this is pretty much the same experience. There is a plastic protector here. One thing to keep in mind, I've actually removed all of the plastic protectors. Every single unit that does come out when you buy it yourself will have a protector on the front, on the back, on the inside, front and back, as well as the case itself. And at this point, just insert your phone. Make sure you go ahead and make sure that it goes in all the way specifically. And inserting it actually pretty much easy. Just go with the bottom guide, connect it directly into your device, and insert. You'll notice right there it snaps on, push down, and then at this point you get access, or at least coverage, for the entire thing. There's an opening here for all of the different sensors, the earpiece as well, and of course on the back it's raised for the cover as well here, so you definitely have the cover for the lenses. On the front there's pretty much protection on everything. Not only does it have a cover for your phone, but it also provides raised access here. Opening on the bottom with a cover, so this one does provide a little bit more protection. And of course the same thing here for the notification slider. If you need it, you could definitely access it. So keep in mind, this is two different colors. There's the blue and the black. And again, the black one provides a little bit more of a smoky cover. You notice right there, it's a little bit harder to see the Apple logo on the back. Now, of course, the last one I want to share you guys real quick here. This one is the blue back entirely. So this one actually pretty standard. Just put the case same way, insert, cover, insert, cover, and make sure that the cover entirely encompasses here all of the different lip areas. So let's go ahead and put it in case you want to remove it. If you notice there's a slight opening here, this is basically where you would want to remove it at the bottom. So in case you want to take the case off and access your phone. Pretty standard, covers everything. This one is not a see-through, same protection on the elements. Now, there's no cover here on the slider or on the bottom, but for the most part you get the same protection. Clear case on the front, a cover on the back, and of course gives you full protection for your brand new iPhone 13 Pro Max specifically. These are going to be limited to that. Now, I know I talked about a lot of cases in this video, but just keep in mind that the last cases that I showed you are exclusive to, at least from Supcase, for the 13 Pro Max. All of the other ones, regardless of the color and of course the form, are going to be available for the Mini, the Standard, the Pro, and the Pro Max in the colors that I shared with you guys. So there's the clear, the blue, and then there's some of them had some pink options as well. So my hope again is that you found something that looks good, or you think would look good on your brand new iPhone 13, whichever version of the 13 that you decide to pick up. This is TK. Thank you very much for the support. Like and subscribe as usual, and I'll see you in the next video.